What is going on, all you beautiful people? This is Manufactured Opinion here, bringing you a Mustachiocast, answering all of your wonderful questions that you posted on my question and answer video, but it wasn't really a question and answer video because I didn't answer any questions because you hadn't posed your questions yet. But that was about a week and a half ago, and I was waiting for, the comments to start dying down a little bit. And usually that takes about a week and a half, depending on what the video is and how popular it is. Normally, the question and answer videos aren't as popular as the other videos, but there are 104 comments, so this may take some time to answer. A lot of the questions fall under the same grouping, so I'm probably not going to group all of them together. I'm just going to go in a straight shot from the first comment to the last comment. If the questions overlap, the questions overlap. I want to make this as raw as possible. I'm not going to say, the questions fell in these four groupings. I literally want to get to every single comment in the video, no matter what it is. So that will be the goal of this video. I don't know what I'm going to do for gameplay. Probably me derping around in maybe some game that I haven't played on my channel before. Obviously some sort of RPG. Maybe Dragon Age footage. I haven't played that game in ages. I actually haven't even played the second one, just because I heard so much bad stuff about it. I know that's bad to say. Normally I like to experience the games for myself, but man, that game got crushed. Maybe I'll play it eventually. Somebody lent me the game on PC, but I just have a pretty standard laptop here. I actually have a higher end laptop that could probably play some higher end games on high settings, but I think I will wait. I'll get into that a little bit later, I guess. But anyways, let's get to the questions. Me and my long intros. Herp derp, you and your long intros. You suck, Manufactured Opinion. Yes I do. But anyways, first question. Will you be playing through the Dark Souls DLC? Hell yeah, I'll be playing through the Dark Souls DLC. I fully intend to be doing that. I hope it's on the Xbox Live Marketplace or whatever. I'm sure it is. I bought the game new. What was it? Maybe a month and a half ago now. Man, I should have already beaten the game. If I wasn't doing a playthrough of it on YouTube, I probably would have beaten the game already. But it takes time to make the videos. It takes a lot of time. You gotta, I come home, work like 10 hours. So I come home, sit down, play for an hour. That's 2 episodes. Now with making the awesome intros that I'm glad everybody's enjoying, it takes about, I gotta watch over the video, make sure everything's in sync. So if I record for just a half hour, I gotta sit down, watch it for a half hour, and make sure everything's synced up. And the intro, making an intro that, is creative and fun to watch, takes about another half hour. So you're looking at an hour there. And then, if the video's 30-35 minutes long, it takes about 40 to 50 minutes to render. And then once it's rendered, you got to upload it, and a half-hour video on my internet connection takes about 20-25 minutes to upload. So you're looking at me going to bed at like 1 a.m. And then waking up for 7 to go to work. So it does take a lot of time and a lot of energy. No matter what people will say on YouTube, Let's Plays they don't take any creative thought, and doing them is so lazy. Well, I'd have to disagree with that. I know I'm just playing the game and commentating over it, but it does take a little bit of time. But I'm getting off track. Third comment, the second comment wasn't really a question. Hey Kenny, great job on your videos. That's not really a question either, but I don't remember the last time I said my name in a video. But Dr. Venomie 5555555 knows my name, and yes, my name is Kenny. And one of those questions at the further end of this video is ask me what my name is. Yes, it is Kenny. Long or short for Kenneth. Sir Kenneth. That's what you can call me from now on. Actually, I hate when people call me Kenneth. So now everybody's going to be calling me Kenneth. But anyways, hearts all around. Thank you for your hearts. Your videos are very helpful. Well, thank you, good sir. You should play Dark Souls 2 and Deep Down. Well, that's obvious. I've actually been on a complete media blackout when it comes to Dark Souls 2. Well, I was until I saw some footage of it. And in the comment section, there was a huge flame war over whether Dark Souls 2 will be for more casuals and geared toward the less or geared to the less hardcore fan base to try to suck in more revenue, or whatever you want to call it, more people to play the game. And you know what? I'm on the fence about this. I know there's a bunch of different people, and a lot of people are very passionate. Pretty much everybody's passionate about Dark Souls, and especially on this issue. Should From Software make a less hard game, an easier game, excuse me, to kind of, you know, expand the audience of Dark Souls? And you know what? I don't think they should do that, and this is my reasoning. The reason their audience expanded in the first place was because of the difficulty of the game. It drew more people in, it was different from everything else, and that's how they expanded their fan base. They didn't expand their fan base by taking Demon Souls and making it easier. I haven't played Demon Souls, but I've heard it's about the same difficulty of Dark Souls, so I'm just going to assume it's right on par with Dark Souls. So they didn't expand their fan base by making it easier to play. Now, I'm no expert on Dark Souls and Demon Souls, but that is just the gist I get the gist I get from it, my face value analysis. So that's me opining on that. Show us your face. There's a lot of comments asking me to show my face. There's actually a few comments telling me not to show my face. I think what I'm going to do is I'm probably just going to put a picture of me on Facebook, and everybody can just see that if they want to see that. And then, you know, later down the line, if I do like a horror action RPG type game, maybe I'll do a face cam. But for now, I'll probably just go on to the good old Manufactured Opinion Facebook page and throw a picture of myself on there, and be done with it. Will you please stop using the Uchi? Seriously, it is a shitty weapon. I love the Uchi, okay? And actually, I stopped using it. I went to Quilog's Fury Sword, and then I went to the Great Scythe. But the Uchi will always be near and dear to my heart, just because of how much it helped me when I was just a little nooblet, first starting out, a little nomlet with just scruff under the nose, not a full mustachio. So you know what? I gotta give my love to the Uchi. Stop hating on the Uchi. People leaving mustachio comments, mustachio faces. I love it. I've never even seen those before. That is fantastic. Alright, on to the next questions. Growing up, did I prefer video games or outside activities? Also, what is the reason why you started to say enjoy life at the end of your videos? That is a fantastic, those are two fantastic questions. Did I prefer video games or outside activities? I actually preferred outside activities. I played a lot of hockey. I started playing hockey when I was 3 years old. I started playing baseball when I was 5 years old. I played a lot of sports, but see, the thing was with video games is after you were done your practices or your games, you would go home, you know, everybody on the team would get together and you'd play video games for 5 or 6 hours. So it was a lot of outdoor activities, or I guess you could call it sports. Baseball was outside, hockey is inside. I played hockey all year round up until I was done college. I played a lot of hockey, and in college I played rugby as well. I played lacrosse in high school. I played a lot of stuff. So I guess you could actually, a lot of people have called me a closet nerd, which I guess is kind of accurate. Everybody thought I was a jock, and then they just see how many video games I had and how much I love video games. And let me just tell you right now, jocks and nerds, which is completely, I'm just using those terms because people use those terms, but I think segregating people into different groups is absolutely horrible, and that you should never do it. It's not part of the Mustachio fanbase, I'll tell you that right now. But yeah, you really shouldn't do that, and I'm telling you right now, they can get along. Alright? Let's stop all of this putting people into different groups. People are people, and we should all just get the fuck along. I know I'm asking for a lot, but yeah, that's that. What is the reason you started saying enjoy life at the end of your videos? I think it was when I was doing, I forget when I said it, probably a Skyrim video, and I think I was having a shitty day that day, and I just wanted to make a video to forget about my shitty day. And at the end of the video I just said, you know what, enjoy life, because, you know, life's more, there's more to life than video games, and there's more to life than fucking school and your work, and you should just go enjoy life every now and again, or all of the time. And I just started saying at the end of my videos. It sounded like a good thing to say at the end of my videos. Give some perspective that there's more to life than the video I just made. So that's the reason why I did that. I should use the halberd in Dark Souls. I have the great scythe now. That's pretty close, isn't it? That's a halberd type weapon. Excuse me, gotta take a sip of my drink. I'm getting parched. What is my name? I'm going to be spamming you because I like questions. Well, thank you, Addison Wise, for all of your questions. My name is Sir Kenneth, as I just mentioned a few minutes ago. Can you show most chests that have level 3 crap in Dragon Dogma? I don't even know what that means, so I'm gonna move on. Great vids, mate. Can you please do a what we want to see in a Dragon's Dogma 2? Oh, hell yes, I will definitely make a video like that. That is a fantastic idea. Maybe I'll make that in a couple of months. Get some thoughts together. Actually, there's just 1,000 thoughts going through my head right now. What would make Dragon's Dogma 2 infinitely better? First and foremost, 4-player co-op. Bigger monsters, more monsters, a wider variety of monsters. Obviously more loot, better travel system, bigger map. I felt like the Dragon's Dogma map was kind of small. Those are just things I'm thinking off the top of my head. But definitely the first thing that jumps into my mind is 4-player co-op. They missed a huge opportunity there. The pawn system was tailored to 4 people hopping online and playing and just destroying massive monsters. I mean, just missed a huge opportunity there, Capcom. Had to take a quick break there. Talking 11 minutes straight. This video is going to be really freaking long. But anyways, I will definitely be making a video on what I want to see in Dragon's Dogma 2. That is a fantastic idea. Thank you for that, Mick Deathmask. That is a mouthful. Probably because of the Mick and Mask at the end. Mick Deathmask. That's a good name. I like it. I like where you're coming from. I like what you're putting down there. I'm gonna pick it up, Mick Deathmask. But thank you for the idea. I'll definitely be doing that in the future. So on to the next question. I'm going to try to go through these a little bit faster. Will you do a Castlevania game? Any of them? Or Dark Souls 2 after Dark Souls? Well, first and foremost, I will definitely be doing Dark Souls 2, like I said earlier on in the video. I'm kind of on a media blackout, but I saw that one video earlier with everybody flaming each other in the comment section. Typical YouTube. Everybody's got to fight each other. Nobody can get along. Can't we all just get along? Like good old Mustachiocos. Let's just get along for once. How about that? But I will definitely be playing Dark Souls 2. Like I've said in some of my previous Dark Souls videos, I really want to become an expert in Dark Souls so that I can just, make some awesome videos for Dark Souls 2. That is the goal. I know a lot of people will be doing Dark Souls 2 videos, but, I really just want to, I kind of want to step up my game when it comes to Dark Souls, so once I complete my playthrough of Dark Souls and the DLC, I'll definitely be looking to be doing a New Game Plus and, honing my skills in PvP. So that's where I see my future in Dark Souls going. Castlevania games, you know what? I really wanted to play Castlevania, I think it was called Lords of Shadow. I really wanted to play that game, but I never got to it, and I know a new one's coming out. I don't know if it already came out or if it's coming out in the next few months, but I know that was in production last time I looked. If that's something people want to see, I will definitely play either the Castlevania Lord of Shadow or the new one that's coming out. I know that Lord of Shadow had sort of a RPG feature to it. It was kind of like, I kind of equate a lot of this stuff to like Mass Effect, where it's like an action game and they have well, that's a bad example because Mass Effect had a lot deeper RPG mechanics. Different things you could say, at least the first and second one, deeper things you could say in dialogue. The third one, we won't talk about the third one. It mostly makes people rage. So we don't want the atmosphere of this video to go into super rage mode like I do in Dark Souls. So we're gonna cut that off there. But maybe equate it more to a Borderlands, where it's an action game and you have sort of these RPG features with different trees and you can pick your skills and stuff like that, but you don't really have your choice in dialogue and different endings that could happen. That's what I equate to Castlevania Lord of Shadow. And, you know, RPG features, that's all I really need. I love action-adventure games with RPG features. As you saw, I made a shitload of Borderlands 2 videos. So, it's definitely something I would keep in mind if that's something people want to see. So anyways, mostly Dragon's Dogma questions. Do the Dragon's Tears stack their effect? From what I've seen, no. The only thing I've seen when you're stacking Dragon's Tears is that Wake Stones will drop a little bit more frequently. But in terms of that, I haven't really seen anything, and that's something that I thought Capcom was going to fix, but I guess they never did. What kind of gear do you get from the speedrun mode? I forget. I think it's the Abyssinal outfit. That might be hard run mode. I actually haven't done either of those. Or I've done the hard run mode. I haven't done speedrun mode. But yeah, I haven't done the speedrun mode, so I'm not really 100% sure what you get from that. I forget what I got from the hard run mode. Is it the Abyssinal outfit that I got? I completely forget. But anyways, how would it feel to swim in Go-Gurt? It would feel pretty amazing, actually. But I feel like I would sink and drown in Go-Gurt, which wouldn't really feel that great. But, you know, it would be like, I'd jump in and it would be euphoria, and then I wouldn't be able to get out of it, and it would be kind of like quicksand when I would just sink and I would die. It would be like quicksand of euphoria and then death. So I guess it would be good, and then it would be awful. So that's how it would be swimming in Go-Gurt. Do you think deep down is Dragon's Dogma 2? You know what? I mentioned this in my last Dragon's Dogma video. I think it was part 4 of my playing with subscriber pawns video. And I said that I was speculating that Dragon's Dogma 2 would actually be deep down, but somebody had left a comment on that video saying that Capcom actually specifically answered that question, saying that it wouldn't be Dragon's Dogma 2, which, womp womp, kind of sucks. But, you know, it is what it is. As long as they make a Dragon's Dogma 2, I'll be happy, and if they don't make a Dragon's Dogma 2, I'm gonna punch them in the face. God damn you, Capcom! And bring back Onimusha, damn it! Ugh! I miss Onimusha. That game was so freaking awesome. You had to ruin it. I'm gonna get mad. I'm gonna just go on to the next question because I'm gonna get mad. Do you play Dark Souls or Dragon's Dogma more often? I've played Dragon's Dogma far more than I played Dark Souls. But Dark Souls is creeping up there. I feel like eventually Dark Souls will surpass Dragon's Dogma. They both probably have the same amount of... I think Dark Souls has slightly better replay value, but, you know, Dragon's Dogma, I mean, Capcom was smart. They added the speedrun mode, they added the hard run mode, they added the easy mode, which, you know, a lot of Dark Souls fans would be like, well, that's just freaking stupid. But, you know, it expanded the audience a little bit, and Dragon's Dogma is a whole different beast from Dark Souls. It's an easier game to begin with, so making an easy mode doesn't really make me rage that much or make me question their sanity, I guess. The game was, after, you know, the first few hours, the game gets insanely easy. But I feel like, you know, they went down the right path with Dragon's Dogma. So I'm happy with what they're doing with that game. As long as they don't screw up Dragon's Dogma 2, I'll be fine. Did you notice in the sewers in Bitter Black there is a hidden parkour thing at the exit to a useless pipe up in the wall? Yes, I have seen that. Actually, the first time I ran through Bitter Black Isle, I jumped down that, and death was waiting for me. And you know how the pawns are in Dragon's Dogma. Ooh, a giant scythe! I'm gonna just stand in front of the frickin' scythe, and, you know, death takes like 17,000 hours to, you know, power up that attack. And my pawns are just sitting there, just staring at the scythe like a giant piece of shiny loot, and death just axes them all down. And, you know, they all die. So, you know, that hidden parkour thing is evil. Don't jump down it. Especially when death is waiting for you at the end with a giant scythe hug. You don't want to be sliding into a scythe hug. Do I like anime? I haven't really watched much anime. I don't really have an opinion on it, but my mind is open to everything. So, you know, I'm not going to knock it, and I'm not going to say it's awesome. I haven't watched enough of it to say one way or the other. But, yeah, I'm open to everything. So, you know, maybe somebody point me to some good stuff that I can start out with, and, you know, maybe I'll have a better opinion on that. But for now, I am neutral. Can you do a face cam? Nah, I would have to get better equipment, because all I really have to do with a face cam is the stupid little camera in my laptop that, you know, has a 10-second lag. So, as of right now, no. Great video as always. Well, thank you, good sir. EMW Zeke. Oh, I used your pawn. Your pawn was sweet. Claire. Claire was the name of your pawn, right? I'm not 100% sure. Anyways, more mustachio faces. Herpder. I remember in my question video, I told people, if you don't even have a question, just leave Herpder and I'll answer that. And the way I answer that is with another Herpder and a salute to you, good sirs and ladies. It looks like one of these people may be a lady, so I'll say sirs and ladies. But a herpder right back at you, and a good old mustachio salute. Please never show your face. Okay, I probably won't. I'll probably show it on Facebook, like I said earlier. Maybe you should play Destiny or Guild Wars 2. Play a game that hundreds of your subscribers can play at once. I think MMOs can please a lot of people. You know what? When I get a better PC, that is a fantastic idea. But I've been going back and forth on the PC issue. I know I've touched on this numerous times before, but I think I'll probably just buy an out-of-the-box PC. I know that the more cost-effective method and the better hardware, or the more hardware-effective method, is to build your own PC. But I just do not have the mind for that kind of stuff. I'm more of the other spectrum. I'm not really a hands-on type of guy, unfortunately. But you know, I'll definitely probably drop the extra loot on an out-of-the-box PC. I just don't really know where to look. If somebody can point me in the right direction, I definitely want it. I don't want another laptop. I definitely want a tower. Kind of make my setup better. I have 2 TVs right now. So like what I like to do a lot is I like to play, you know, Dark Souls or Dragon's Dogma or whatever game I'm playing, and then on my other TV that I have right next to me. So from left to right, I have my laptop. So I'm in the corner of my room. I have a desk with my laptop on it and all of my recording equipment. I have my microphone, and then to the right, up above, there's this little ledge on my desk, and up above on that, I have a small TV. It's about 20 inches, and I watch all of my, you know, whether it be a hockey game or a rugby game or anything of that nature. I'll leave that on in the background, and then I have a 50-inch TV over on my dresser with my Xbox and my PlayStation 3 and, you know, the 50-plus games that I have on top of my cable box. And that is the TV I play on my video games on. So I'll have my video games going on that while I have, you know, like I said, a sports game on in the background. Or I like, you know, certain TV shows. The most recent shows I've been watching, Elementary. I love that show. That's pretty much the only show I've been watching recently. I watch a lot of Psych too. Yeah, those are pretty much. I don't watch a lot of TV unless it's sports related. So yeah, that's my setup, and maybe once I get a good camera, that's something else I have to get as well, a nice HD camera. I can show you guys the setup of my room. I probably have to clean it first, as there's shit everywhere. What can I say? Gogurt really isn't that clean. So I actually still have my PlayStation 3 boxes all over my floor. I should probably pick those up. It's been about 6 months since I got my PlayStation 3. I should probably pick up after myself. But anyways, on to the next stuff. Please show your face. Oh, a curly mustache. I like that. That is a fantastic. I haven't even seen that face before. That is creative. Do some live streams. That's something else I have to do. That is a very good point. It's just that I'd probably be live streaming at really random times. And I know everybody, you know, not everybody lives on the East Coast. That's actually another question that's up here soon. I know not everybody lives on the East Coast, so you'll be living in different time zones, and a lot of people will probably be able to catch a live stream that's at a weird time for me. But you know, that's something probably maybe I'll do on like weekends or something. That's definitely a good point. Something that I should do. Please show your face. Do I have fat beats? Not really. I like using fat beats in some of my videos, I guess. Some good music. But no, not really. I don't even really know what that question really means. It can mean several thousand different things. So I'm just gonna go to the next question. What do you get for beating Dragon's Dogma Arisen in hard mode? I'm pretty sure it's the Abyss and Outfit. Have you ever played a Monster Hunter game? No, I have not. I know Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate came out. I'd love to play that game. I've really wanted to get a DS for quite some time. That's probably something you can actually... You know what? Actually, I don't even want to record anything for Nintendo anymore, because Nintendo went all crazy ape shit on everybody that records Nintendo stuff. And that's the reason why I brought up the people say Let's Players that aren't creative at all, and that it takes no time and is very lazy to do Let's Plays. That stems from that whole Nintendo issue that came up. And if you guys don't know, Nintendo decided to claim every single video that has Nintendo footage in it, which is their right, but it just probably makes a lot of people angry. So essentially what they did was any Let's Player that used Nintendo footage, Nintendo would just claim all of their earnings, and that YouTuber wouldn't make any of those earnings at all, which is well within their rights. And really that's just what it boils down to on that. Plenty of other companies have done that before. That's the reason why a lot of YouTubers will get, you know, partnerships with Machinima, because Machinima has a lot of agreements with those certain companies that their partners will make videos of said video game footage, and you won't, you know, give them strikes or try to take down their videos. That's kind of off track. I am new to your channel and was wondering which game you like the best out of, say, Skyrim, Dark Souls, and Dragon's Dogma. Well, I'm going to have to take a break and come back on that one, because that is a loaded question. I have been talking for 25 minutes. I hope you guys aren't sick of me yet. I've just been all over the place. This is going to be one hell of a long Mustachiocast, so hopefully you guys like it. But anyways, on to the last question. What do I like best out of Skyrim, Dark Souls, and Dragon's Dogma? I think I kind of talked about this earlier, just a little bit. Skyrim would always... Kingdoms of Amalur and Skyrim, I know that wasn't in the question, but those would have to go last. And then it would be between Dark Souls and Dragon's Dogma. They both have their strengths and weaknesses, but I think Dark Souls has less weaknesses than Dragon's Dogma does. Dragon's Dogma has so much potential, and I adore that game to death. But in terms of, you know, pure gameplay and replayability, online features, loot, difficulty, all that kind of stuff, I think Dark Souls has an edge over Dragon's Dogma, in my manufactured opinion. Like I said, I really love Dragon's Dogma. I've actually played Dragon's Dogma more than I've played Dark Souls, obviously, because I've had Dragon's Dogma for about a year longer than I've had Dark Souls. But there's just a slight more amount of things that Capcom could have done better with that game. So I'd probably have to give the edge to Dark Souls. But they're two completely different beasts, just like Dark Souls and Skyrim are two completely different beasts. I'd say Dark Souls just crushes Skyrim. I know a lot of people that that rage at Dark Souls just go back to Skyrim, but I'd have to say that I've thoroughly enjoyed Dark Souls. I have more hours in Skyrim actually than I do Dark Souls, because I have to be, or I've had Skyrim longer than Dark Souls, and I love Skyrim, but I put myself in a different mindset when I play Skyrim, because like I said, they're two completely different games. And, you know, depending on your mood, you should play one game or the other. That's the way I look at my games anyways. If I don't feel like playing one of Dark Souls, I'm not in a good mood, I won't play it. If I just want to relax, hang back, I'll play Skyrim. I mean, you don't have to play one game or the other. It's all about your mood and what you enjoy doing. And don't let anybody on the internet tell you otherwise. Play what you like playing. Don't let anybody tell you that you're casual or you play shitty games. And I'll leave it at that. Your videos are always awesome, but it's the commentary that keeps me coming back. So play whatever it is going to keep you excited while making videos. Well, I very much appreciate that comment, Ganriel. That is a very thoughtful comment. No, I really do like that. Thank you very much. It's comments like this and interaction like this is the reason why I love making videos. It is a shitload of fun, and if anybody else can get into it, I highly recommend that you do, because it is so much fun. Especially, you guys heard me say it before. You guys have heard me say it. I'm just stuttering all over the world. You've heard me say it before. The interactions is why I love doing this, and comments like this, it's fantastic. But anyways, will I be doing more Ni no Kuni? You know what? I really should do more Ni no Kuni, but, you know, the replay value in that game is just, it's kind of crappy. And it'll be hard to argue with me on that one. I actually tried playing through the game again with just humans, with no familiars, to try to spice things up a little bit, and it was super boring. I know you could go through and play with different lineups of familiars, which by all means is a perfect way to do it if that's something you want to do. But it's the same story over and over again. I mean, it's an RPG, but you can't really change the way the story plays out. So, you know, using different familiars is the only way you can really get replay value out of that game. I know they have the post-game and stuff like that, and it is a fantastic game the first time you play through it. You'll get a good 40-50 hours out of it if you want to do all the side quests. And speaking of side quests, they could have done so much with the oh man, I even forget what they call it, but the broken heart system. I mean, all you did was take somebody's, you know, excess, you know, whatever it be, love, enthusiasm, confidence, and you just give it to another NPC. They could have made that so much better. That was one of my big disappointments with those broken heart side quests. But you know, other than that, it is a fantastic game. I highly recommend that game. But the reason why I stopped doing it is because I use my Elgato, so I have an HD PVR and I have an Elgato, and I use the Elgato with my PlayStation 3, and man, does that thing lag hardcore. I cannot get Elgato to line up with my audio at all. It's like it lags a good 4 or 5 seconds behind what's going on when I'm playing the game. With the HD PVR, it lags maybe, you know, what do you mean? You got a cable going to your Xbox or your PlayStation, so there's gonna be lag regardless. But the HD PVR maybe has a half a second lag in between what the software is recording and what's showing up on screen. But the Elgato's got, like, and the longer you record, it's like a 5, 6, 7 second lag. And lining the audio up with that can become difficult because you have to cut out the beginning to line up with the beginning. Then you have to cut out certain segments in the middle to make the end line up, and the middle and the end line up. And then even then it could still lag. So I don't know if I'm doing something wrong. I'm probably doing something wrong. I'm a derp. What can I say? But that's one of the reasons why I stopped recording on my PlayStation 3. I've actually been utilizing my PlayStation 3 for a lot more than I have been in the past. Well, I've only had it for a few months, but I've been playing a lot of Uncharted. I actually just downloaded Guacamelee. That game is fantastic. You guys should pick that game up. I think it's about 15 bucks. It might be 10 now. It might be on sale now, but that game is fantastic. I actually want to play that right now. I'll probably start playing that once I finish this video. But anyways, on to the next questions. My Mustachiocos. That's a muchacho only with mustache in there. Do you like that? Mustachiocos? Just add another derp to the derp slap column. Mustachiocos. I think a good game for you to play would be Final Fantasy VI. We're not even going to get into the Final Fantasy VI. I say anything about Final Fantasy, people will be like, well, 7's better. Well, no, 10's better. Actually, 10's my favorite. Oh, I'm such an idiot. I just said I wouldn't talk about Final Fantasy, and I just said 10 is my favorite. I have so many hours in Final Fantasy X, I can't even tell you how many. I loved that game to death. I even played a shitload of Blitzball, and that was probably the shittiest sports game you will ever have in any game in the history of games. I played so much Blitzball. I just had so much fun with that. You can unsubscribe and kick me in the nuts all you want, but I freaking love that game. So anyways, maybe I'll play some Final Fantasy, but that's been done so much, I probably won't. Herp derp da dur. Thank you, Mr. Hash Browns. I did say you could say that, so thank you for the herp derp. And a herp derp and mustache salute right back at you. Honestly, all you need is RPG-wise is really Dark Souls and Dragon's Dogma, but Demon Souls is alright too. You know what? I agree, and I'm definitely going to be doing Demon Souls. After I finish my Dark Souls playthrough, we're heading to Demon Souls. That's not much of a surprise. You guys, I've said it in previous Dark Souls videos that I would be doing Demon Souls, so, though not as good as Dark Souls and actually more complicated game systems-wise. You know what? I was talking to my buddy at work, and he said he almost beat Demon Souls, but there was a boss that when it hits you, it actually takes a whole skill point off of you. You guys gotta tell me if that's for real. So like, say say I had a weapon that took me like 20 decks to have, and I had 20 decks, and then I got to this boss, and this boss, you know, hit me, and I lost 1 dex. So now I gotta go level up again to get to 20 decks, just so I can use that weapon again, and go fight the boss that'll probably hit me again, and I'll lose another skill point. That is pretty nuts. That would make me rage so hard. And some other things he was telling me about Demon Souls is that there's sort of a night and day system, and different shortcuts and loot will show up depending on, you know, whether it's night and day. That sounds amazing, and I'm definitely looking forward to playing some Demon Souls. What I personally look for from you, okay, sir, is Dragon's Dogma tip strategy guides, and I'd love to see more, namely things like Assassin Mystic Knight guides or other more comprehensive things. I've done the Assassin Mystic Knight guides. I'm sure you're just saying, you know, things related to those since you've already watched those. I know where you're coming from. I'm new to Dragon's Dogma and would like to see this become the best source for info on it. Kinda like EMB for Dark Souls. Well, thank you, sir, for me equating to it the Dark Souls legend. There's really a lot of things that I want to do on Dragon's Dogma that I just haven't gotten to. I really wanted to do a comprehensive lore video, a lot like EMB does in his lore videos. Now, a lot of people will say, whoa, you already know a lot about Dark Souls? Well, you know, a lot of people have been leaving comments in my videos telling me, you know, once I get through certain sections to watch the EMB lore videos, watch EMB lore videos, watch all of these lore videos. So I know that he makes very comprehensive lore videos, and I can only assume he makes very comprehensive, you know, armor and guide videos. So the fact that, or armor and weapon videos. So the fact that you equate me to him is, or would like to see me become him is, I very much appreciate that. I try very hard on my Dragon's Dogma videos, but, you know, I definitely could do better on them, especially with Dark Arisen. I kind of stopped over the past couple of weeks couple of weeks doing the Dark Arisen videos, so it's definitely something I gotta jump into and do more. Solaire of Astora. His thumbnail is a picture of Solaire chugging or it's like, he's not chugging Estus, he's dumping Estus all over his face. That is fantastic, and his comment is herp derp, and a mustache salute back at you, good sir. And the mustache salute, if you don't know, doesn't come from your forehead, it comes from the mustache, so it is a salute off the mustache. So, just so you know, my computer's beeping at me for no apparent reason. And somebody left a comment on one of my earlier videos telling me to stop saying mustache in all of my videos. That will never happen, so you should probably just stop watching my videos starting now, because I refuse to stop saying... Dude, wait a minute. You dare defy the mustache? You probably shouldn't do that. But anyways, I respect what you do with your content and would like to hear any of your recommendations on good action RPGs. Other than Kingdoms of Amalur, you played Kingdoms of Amalur and you got bored. Play The Witcher. Witcher is fantastic. Looks like you don't have any... You didn't say anything about Dark Souls. Dark Souls is fantastic as well. Action RPGs. You can play Dragon Age. Dragon Age is a fantastic RPG altogether. Too many to list. Too many to list. I'm gonna keep going. Why did I stop with Gogurt the Assassin playthrough? For many reasons, good sir. I really should go back to doing that. That is a very, very fun playthrough. Do more Dawnguard and Dragonborn DLC. You know what? You're right. I probably should do more of that. I kind of just put all the Skyrim stuff to the side because more stuff came out. But I have a blast doing the Skyrim Assassin video, and that is actually, for everybody that was asking, that is the origin of Gogurt. I called my Orc Assassin Gogurt von Knobgobbler, and I just called every video game character since then Gogurt. Different variations of Gogurt. You have the Mustache Gogurt, you have the Soulless Gogurt, you have all different types of Gogurt, just like real life. And that's the origins of the Gogurt, is Skyrim Assassin playthrough. Gogurt von Knobgobbler. I don't know where it came from. I just thought it up one day, and it's just stuck ever since. Suggest Demon Souls. Yep, we talked about that. Is the weapon you get on Bitter Black Isle stronger than the weapons you get from the online Ur Dragon? Yes, they are. Actually, very much more powerful. Even base level is more powerful than golden level of the Dragon weapons. So if you're looking for stronger weapons, definitely try to hop into the Dark Arisen, especially if you are a huge fan of Dragon's Dogma. Should I grow a beard or goatee, or a musketeer kind of thing? Well, you know, everybody has their own style. I got the beard going on right now because my good old Boston Bruins are in the playoffs, and I gotta, you know, grow up the beard a little bit, the playoff beard, show my support. But you know what? I'd have to say, if you're looking to stand out and you're looking to make an impression, the musketeer is the way to go. The best kind of mustache that I have ever grown is the Fu Manchu, which just looked insanely sexy. Not try to brag or anything, but if you want to make a good impression, go with the musket. You know, there'll be a very segregated line when it comes to the musketeer. You'll have people that hate it and people that love it. There'll be no in between. So you'll have to get yourself ready for that. Mustache analysis only found on Manufactured Opinions channel. I have a question. What is it you look for in games that determine how much you like them? And if you can answer, what are your top 5 favorite games? Oh my lord! I probably should have reviewed this question before I started this video. Top 5 favorite games. You know what? We'll skip that for right now, and then when I take a break, have some time to think about that. I'll get back to this question, but we'll keep going. So, a lot of us who watch your Dark Souls playthrough haven't loved the game. I was wondering if you'd like to do a subscriber PvP session after you beat the game. It might be a fun video. That is a fantastic idea. I would definitely be 100% down to do that. Slayer X. Can you... Now, you guys have to tell me how this works. Can you have... I know you can have a 2-on-1 PvP, but can you have, like, you know, as many people as you want? I know the matchmaking, there's not really a matchmaking type thing, so it's hard to find your friends when you're doing, like, if you're looking to invade. So you have to tell me how that works, because I would love to do that. That is a very great idea. Oh my god. There's so many more comments. I gotta shut up and get through these. Herpadur! I love it. Where are you from? I'm from Boston. I'm funny, thank you. How do you get online with Dragon's Dogma? You go into the options, and there will be an option to turn on the online options. Do you plan on getting Dark Souls DLC? Yes, touched on that a little bit earlier. Change vocation. Is there a way you can pick which cursed item you want to purify? No, there is not. I actually answered that. You need to do a series called The Lost Episodes. All the videos you decided not to upload. I can definitely do that. I have plenty of those. Dark Souls playthrough. You should definitely do the Artorias DLC and Demon Souls. What are your favorite games for each console, and what is your favorite type of mustache? My favorite type of mustache is the Fu Manchu. Like I said, I grew one of those in college, and it looked absolutely awesome. I love the Fu Manchu. I will definitely be doing the Dark Souls DLC and Demon Souls, like I said previously. Why do you name all of your characters Gogurt? We've already touched on that. Great origin story. Hopefully the Gogurt lives over all future videos. I like how you do not beg for subs and actually do YouTube for fun. That's what YouTube's all about. You guys have heard me talk about that numerous times. In videos, you know, the very few videos that I did ask for likes, I just feel really dirty doing that. And I only do it on videos where it took me a shitload of time to make them. But I feel like a used car salesman. And I apologize to all the people out there that are used car salesmen. But I just feel dirty when I do it. I don't know. It's just the way I feel. So I don't like doing it. I like doing it for fun and the interactions. You guys know that already. Keep doing your Dark Souls playthrough. Yeah, that's obviously going to happen. Absolutely 100% going to happen. Skyrim on PC with hardcore mods. That is dependent on me getting a good PC, which I'm hoping somebody can comment and point me in the right direction. To some better top-of-the-line PCs. I know I can do some research, but I'm interested to hear what you guys have to say. But I'm going to take a break here. I've actually been talking so much that I am getting lightheaded. So I'm going to take a break, think about some of my favorite games, and we will hop right back into this. So I've decided that for top 5 favorite games, I probably won't do top 5. I'll probably just go through a list of all of my favorite games for, you know, every single thing, whether it be Game Boy or any of the consoles. So, Pokemon Blue Red, probably the game I played the most in my lifetime. I was right around the right age when that stuff came out, and man, I played those games so freaking much, my lord. And then I actually had one of them stolen from me, and I was literally crushed. You know how I was like 9 or 10, and somebody stole my shit. Oh man, I think I was like depressed for like a week. I loved those games so much. In terms of PS1, I don't really remember a lot of the games I played on PS1. I know I played Spyro a lot. I played a lot of the Driver games. Those were fantastic games. Final Fantasies, obviously. Those were some of my favorite games on PS1. PlayStation 2, you got the Onimusha series. You have Devil May Cry. I played so much SOCOM. SOCOM 1 and 2. That's probably my favorite multiplayer game of all time. And that was probably the game that paved the way for the success you see of like the Call of Duties and the Medal of Honors have now. SOCOM was the console original. You can argue that Counter-Strike on PC is the best multiplayer game of all time. In terms of shooters, SOCOM I played a lot of. Final Fantasy X I played so much of. The Driver games on that as well. The Grand Theft Autos, oh my lord, I played so much of those games. I actually got PlayStation 2 for Christmas and Grand Theft Auto Vice City. And my lord, did I play that game so much. San Andreas, same thing. And then I went back and got GTA 3. Played the hell out of that game. There's probably so many games that I'm missing. Like I said, Devil May Cry. I played some sports games too, but those really aren't my favorite. In terms of Xbox, I'd have to say BioShock, Xbox 360. I didn't have the original Xbox. I did go back and play it a little, but it was only like the Halo games, so I didn't really get the full Xbox experience. There was sort of a gap where I played a lot of PlayStation 2, and then I stopped for like a couple of years, and I didn't play any video games. And then I hopped back in when the Xbox 360 came out. And my favorite games for Xbox 360 would have to probably be BioShock, Fallout 3, Dragon Age Origins, and Dragon's Dogma, more recently Dragon's Dogma, and Dark Souls will probably shape up to be one of my favorite games on this generation consoles. In terms of PlayStation 3, I haven't played many exclusive PlayStation 3 games. I'm hoping that The Last of Us will shape up to be one of my favorite PlayStation 3 games. But in terms of exclusives, I'd have to say, I mean, like I said, I don't have much experience with the exclusives, so the Ni no Kuni, I just had something in my mind. Uncharted, I've been playing a lot of that lately, but, you know, I don't really know how I feel about Uncharted yet, so I'm going to have to throw that on the back burner. God of War, I freaking love God of War. That's another game I play way too much on PlayStation 2. I can't make a top 5 list. It's impossible. Even some games that have been out for a long time, the Silent Hill series, I've went back and played on, you know, like a PC emulator, and I went out and bought the games too. So I don't play anything on an emulator unless I go out and buy the games. But I've since then lost those games, so I went back and played them on PC emulators just to see how they were. Resident Evil games, oh man, I didn't even touch upon those. Resident Evil, Code Veronica is probably the Resident Evil I've played the most. Oh my lord, I love that freaking game. The Silent Hill 1, Silent Hill 2, oh, so many good games. Can't get over it. But the Gears of War, the first Gears of War, I love that game to death. And then as sort of more of the Gears of War, the later Gears of War came out, I kind of stopped playing them. I wouldn't say stop playing them, I enjoyed them less. And I gotta keep going here. This video is gonna be way too long. I gotta keep going. What do you have against co-op and Dark Souls? I actually don't have anything against co-op and Dark Souls. I just kind of want to get through the solo stuff or I know I really shouldn't say the solo stuff because the whole game can be played co-op, but I really just kind of want to experience for myself first the Dark Souls, and then I will definitely hop into co-op, whether it be grinding through the game with a buddy, or PvPing, whatever the co-op may be, or multiplayer, I guess you could call it. I'll definitely get into that. There's absolutely no doubt. I would only show your face if you have a heart of steel. Yeah, I'll probably just show it on Facebook, like I said previously. Excuse me, getting parched here. I hope you don't mind if I take a sip of my adult beverage. Oh man, I'm literally getting lightheaded because I'm talking so much. It's because I don't stop. Once I get thoughts into my head, I think faster than I can speak, which is why you'll see I stumble over my words a lot, because I'm just thousands and thousands of things going through my mind at once, and I'm not really good at separating them out and talking about them individually, which is why this video will probably be all over the place. But that's just the way I am, and that's just the way it's gotta be. And yeah, so let's keep going. Herp-der, lots of herp-derps, I like it. More Dark Souls, and let's see that ugly mug. Maybe one day, good sir, you will see the mustachio of glory. Do not watch any kind of sports? Oh, I love watching sports. Rugby and hockey in particular. I love those sports to death. Do you have a girlfriend? Yes, I do. A very wonderful and beautiful girlfriend. What are some of your YouTube subscriptions? I'm subscribed to 2 people. Well, Machinima and 2 people. I'm subscribed to SSOH PKC because I love his commentary style. I like that he doesn't take any shit. He says what he means, and he loves doing what he's doing. He uploads not thousands of videos a day. He uploads 4 or 5 videos a day, and he likes doing what he's doing. I like that about him. And then Excalizors. He probably has the most entertaining content in terms of just the shit that he can do, man. Let me tell you, I'm not really a huge Call of Duty fan. Sometimes I like playing it if I'm just, chilling, but I'm not really into it. I don't get all, into the game and like try to, have like a great KD or something. I just do it to have a lot of fun if friends are on or whatever. But just the shit that he can do in that game, my God. He's probably one of the top Call of Duty players in the world, and it's just so entertaining to watch, even if you don't like first-person shooters. You watch one video, just watch one live comm video from Excalizors, and let me tell you, you will be entertained. That is a guarantee. So those are my 2 subscriptions. I don't really, I'll like a lot of videos, but I won't really subscribe to a lot of channels. I don't really know what it is. Maybe I should do more of that. But it's mostly because it's not that I won't watch their videos. I just don't want my sub box spammed. So what I do is I go around to different channels and I'll watch some of their new stuff. And it's mostly smaller channels that I like. I like a channel called 666, the Heartless 666. He plays a lot of horror games. And he's a British guy, and he's really freaking funny. And I don't subscribe to him. I'll just go around and watch, see if they have some new stuff posted, and just watch it that way. And it's not because I'm a hater or anything. It's just because I don't want my sub box spammed. And I will never dislike a video. If I don't like a video, I'll just go on to something else. I think disliking a video is, at least in my opinion, I wouldn't do it. I would feel too shitty to do it. Because regardless of, what the opinion is or anything in the video, I just won't take the time to dislike it. They don't deserve that time. I'll just completely, jump to a different video. But that's that. I'd like to touch on a few subjects first. Looks like somebody forgot to put in the rest of their comment. Excuse me. I'm gonna have to wind down this video soon because my voice is actually starting to go. Why was I grabbing McDouche's ass in the beginning? So if you haven't seen the question video, I was actually grabbing one of the Dark Arisen NPC's butts because he's sexy and has a nice mustache. Do you even have to ask? What was the very first video game you played? That is a fantastic question. That would probably be Ninja Turtles on the Super Nintendo. Right? Yeah, probably Ninja Turtles on the Super Nintendo. And then in terms of a game that I owned, a system that I actually owned, it would probably be N64, Super Mario and N64. Super Mario 64, yep. That would probably have to be it. So that was an actual console I got when it was on the Super Nintendo. I didn't have a Super Nintendo. It was my cousin's Super Nintendo, and I played a lot of Ninja Turtles. Obviously, a lot of Mario, a lot of Duck Hunt, certain stuff like that. But yeah, I'm pretty sure Ninja Turtles was the first video game I ever played. It wasn't like Pac-Man in the arcade or Pong or anything. It was actually a more current console. If you can even call Super Nintendo, excuse me, current anymore. The thing that with showing your face appeals to me. Once you do so, it provides. This guy Marco Dribble is having a hard time posting comments here. A face for the voice, which is cool. Do not worry about copyright. I'm not worried about copyright now that I got my partnership. Which, if it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't even have a partnership. I can't stop thanking you for all the support you guys have given me. I was wondering which game you like best. Oh, we've already talked about this. Out of, say, Skyrim, Dark Souls, and Dragon's Dogma. We've already talked about this. I've already touched on this. Like I said, this video is going to be all over the place. I'm not grouping comments into certain sections because I want to get to everybody. And that's just the way it's got to be. I read somewhere that you like Dragon Age Origins. Hell yeah, I like Dragon Age Origins. Come on now. You love it too. Well, you have great taste, good sir. The voice acting is good. Yes, the voice acting is good, but, you know, I'm not a big graphics guy. If the gameplay is good, the gameplay is solid, the story is solid, the gameplay mechanics are solid, you got some good RPG mechanics, some good replay value. I'm not a big graphics guy, but Dragon Age Origins on the Xbox, man, that rendering distance was pathetic. The textures were pathetic, but luckily the game was just so fantastic that you can easily just look right by that game, or right by those problems. Thunder Wyverns and Bitter Black Isle, you can actually find them right in that first courtyard, going into the separate sections, branching off into the labyrinth. Is the character that you made in Dragon's Dogma look like me? Yeah, it does look like me. It actually looks like me when I had a mohawk. When I played rugby in college, having a mohawk was one of the big things to do. So actually, my Dragon's Dogma video, or my Dragon's Dogma character, I'd say resembles me about 70% when I had a mohawk. How old am I? I am 24 years old. Born in the great year of '89. Which game have you played that was your favorite storyline? Oh my lord. Oh, these hard-hitting questions, guys. You gotta stop doing this to me. You know what? It depends on what age I was at. Because there's certain stories that appeal to you at different ages. When I was younger, I have to go back to Final Fantasy X. As much as that game was drawn out, the storyline was very appealing to me when I was at that age. In terms of the more current generation consoles, BioShock was probably the game that has the best storyline that I've ever played. Just in terms of, you know, BioShock and Red Dead Redemption, probably the best stories in video games that I've ever played on current gen consoles, in my experience. I know certain other games like Dark Souls, there's a lot of story behind it, you just gotta go and look for it. But I'm just thinking of two off the top of my head right now. Red Dead Redemption and BioShock, just in terms of, you know, most of the time you can kind of see where a video game is going with the story, and you can kind of pick out what's going to happen, you know, maybe a couple hours before it happens. But Red Dead Redemption, the way they turn that story on you, and BioShock, the way they turn that story on you, it is freaking fantastic, and some of the best experiences I had with stories in a game. I'm sure there's a couple more, but I just can't think of them right now. Let's start cutting time off this video a little bit. Love the videos. You should make a video of LA Noire. Somebody was creeping on my Xbox because I don't play LA Noire a lot. I was just playing it recently, and then somebody posted a comment on this video. Somebody's creeping on my Xbox because I was just recently playing that game. But I probably won't do a video of LA Noire. Probably because I won't ever beat it. You know, I get really into LA Noire, then it's like, I don't want to play this anymore, and then I don't play it for 6 months. And then I get really into it again, and like, I don't really want to play it again, so I'll probably never finish that game. What's my favorite RPG? We've already been over that a little bit. Show us playing as a dwarf in Dragon's Dogma. You know, maybe I will do that, who knows. Show us a video of you getting the Drake sword, maybe. Can I have level 3 cursed weapons? I apologize. I can't trade the cursed weapons and armor, but I can give you, or I guess I can't trade you the purified items, but I can trade you the cursed stuff. So just drop your gamer tag, and you know, I've been giving out cursed stuff to the pawns that I use in Dragon's Dogma. So if you're lucky enough that I grab your pawn in one of my playthroughs, I'll be more than happy to shoot over a couple of cursed stuff or one cursed thing, whether that be armor or weapons. Please show us your face. Yeah, I just hit the Facebook link maybe in a week or two, and I may have my face posted up there. You never know. Can you show us farm? This is the last question, by the way. Can you show us some of you farming dragon enchantments for weapons in Dragon's Dogma? I want to see you having some fun in the Forest Hunter Covenant from Dark Souls. Kill Alvina at the end. I'm gonna name my cat after. I don't know if I'm gonna do any of those things, but this comment makes me laugh. Oh man, you guys, these questions are fantastic. How long have I been talking here? I gotta add up all these videos. 17:34. Wow, this is gonna be a long ass video. I hope you guys don't get sick of me. Oh man, I just talk so much in this freaking video. Holy crap. Oh wait. Will you do Dark Souls 2? Yes. Do you like grilled cheese sandwiches? Yes, I very much like grilled cheese sandwiches. If you guys haven't tried it out, try a grilled cheese sandwich with tomato and bacon. I know it doesn't sound that great, but just try it. You gotta trust me. Be one with a mustachio, my friends. So, I hope you enjoyed my first real Mustachiocast. All of you mustachios and what would I call the ladies? Mustachios, and I'm gonna have to think about the mustache ladies. I'm gonna have to think of a name for all of you wonderful ladies out there. But for now, we'll just go with mustachios. I hope you enjoyed the video, whatever the gameplay may be. I have no idea what it's gonna be. I gotta play something for an hour because that's how long this video is gonna be. We'll see what it is. Maybe I'll do some Red Dead Redemption. I haven't played that game in a long time, and it's a very entertaining game to watch over a podcast like this. So maybe I'll throw some of that up there. But anyways, ooh, maybe some Sleeping Dogs too. I haven't played a lot of that game. I got it as a gift and I never played it. I want to do different games, you know? But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. I'm pretty sure I got to all 100 questions. A lot of questions fell into the same group, but at least I think I said pretty much every single one. How many time? I don't know what that means. You should play DBZ with subs. I don't even know what that means. Oh, look, it looks like a lot. I missed a lot of questions here. Hold on. Looks like I skipped over some. Maybe I scrolled up by accident when I was taking some of my breaks. Play Lord of the Rings War in the North. I actually watched SSOH PKC play a lot of that game, so it wouldn't be blind necessarily. I forget most of it. It looked pretty damn fun though. Maybe that's something I will play. Have I played Parasite Eve? I have not played Parasite Eve. How did I miss all these freaking questions? No, I don't have any abysmal armor left. I apologize. You love my... thank you very much, Sam Fell. I appreciate your comment. I don't know what DBZ is. Is that Dragon Ball Z? Maybe. Would you ever consider doing playthrough guides of the Dragon Age games? That's from Reclaimed Assassin. I don't know. It's kind of been done a lot. The new Dragon Age game that's coming out, absolutely. The new Witcher game that's coming out, absolutely. And there's that... I always forget the name of that game. It's sort of that futuristic, fuck, what do they call it? I'm drawing a blank here. I forget. It's that cyberpunk game that's set in like 2077. Damn it! What's it called? I'm derp slapping myself. I'm derp slapping myself with my tassel from graduation, which was in 2011. I don't even know where I pulled this from. What is all this I'm just finding random shit in my desk. That's how messy my room is. But anyways, I should do a bloopers video. Maybe that will fall in line with some of the lost videos that somebody else mentioned earlier. How did Gogurt grow such a mustachio? Because he is the man. When you are the man, you can grow very sexy mustachios. I just jumped a whole section of comments here. Alright, now we're back at comments that I've done. Alright, yeah. Alright, I think I hit everything now. For the most part. Maybe I skipped over a couple things that weren't questions. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this very long podcast, Mustachiocast. And go forth, my mustachios. And make sure that you are enjoying life. And I will see you later. Bye-bye, all you beautiful people.